Hey guys, Drifter here. Today I've got a Black Ops 4 video for you about headshots. The gameplay you're watching right now is not my own. It's from T. Martin. It's one of the games that I was in, but it shows a completely different perspective, including a DMR and SMG that you don't see very much in my gameplay. If you want to check out his channel, it's linked below. But the topic of today's video is headshots. Personally, I want to make headshots great again, which is similar to MAGA, but maybe Mahaga? I don't know exactly how we'd pronounce it. We got to work on the acronym, but either way, along with making headshots great again, we can build the firewall 10 milliseconds longer every time anybody complains, have it patrolled by quickscopers, and kind of whinge if we're going to release this game in China or not. Okay, Trump jokes aside, Black Ops 4 has a golden opportunity to make headshots actually matter in Call of Duty games again, because as of right now, headshots truly are irrelevant in COD games. If your gun kills somebody in 5 shots to the knee, it'll take 4 headshots. If it takes 3 shots to the body, it might still be 3 headshots to the head. That's a little bit redundant. High caliber sometimes helps and sometimes doesn't. The guns and attachments, generally speaking, don't really increase your headshot damage. So as a general strategy, Call of Duty players very rarely aim for the head or chest. For the most part, especially since guns can tend to kick vertically, you see a lot of people aiming for knees, you see a lot of people aiming for belly, and almost never the head. Even competitive professional Call of Duty players don't aim for the head because it's not worth their time. The only time you see COD pros aim for the head is when people are head glitching, and that's the only thing that's available. And I think this is a sad thing, because every other shooter that I play, from PUBG to Overwatch to Fortnite to Siege to Counter-Strike to any you think about any popular shooter, they reward headshots, and Call of Duty does not, which makes it feel alien sometimes. However, Black Ops 4, oh my god, the opportunity they have. So, in short, Black Ops 4 players have 150 health by default, so that integers can scale better. The current engine doesn't do fractions very well at all, and it always rounds down. So if somebody has 100 health currently, and you shoot them and you somehow deal 99.8 health, it'll round that down and deal 99 and they'll live. When you only have 100 health, there's only so many unique weapons you can build, because anything over 33 is a 3-shot kill, anything over 24 is a 4-shot kill, etc. And you can only have so many headshots to kill, so much range, and so much sort of uniqueness. When it comes to frame rounding, you can only have so many rates of fire either, for that matter. So they built Black Ops 4 to have 150 health and a slightly slower time to kill, so that the guns could be tuned better, so that you could have guns that are 1- and 2-shot kills and guns that are up to 8-shot kills and crazy rates of fire, different multipliers on different body parts, different headshot damages, lots more levers to tune, which is a very smart thing development-wise. So overall, a slower time to kill. You'll see it in the gameplay. You've heard YouTubers talk about it. I think it's probably a little bit faster than Black Ops 2, but not a whole lot faster. This was done so that you have more gun fights and not gun insta-deaths. It also gives you the opportunity to engage or pull back instead of just dying instantly if you're getting kind of shot from the side, or you don't like how you're going as a design element. A lot of people don't like that. Some people do. We'll see how it pans out. And they also added a new mechanic into the game called body armor, to where if you want to, you can spawn in with 50 additional health, 200 total, but it's only once. So once somebody shoots you in the chest and they break that 50 body armor, you don't get it back. No matter how much you heal or go see the medic or what you do, you never get that body armor back. So it's really great for one fight and pretty terrible after that. I use stim. I don't really use the body armor too much. However, uniquely, the body armor does not protect an enemy's head. It only protects the chest, legs, and arms. So if you headshot somebody, you go straight through that body armor. They've got the 150 health normal, and they die very, very quickly, which I think is a very good mechanic. That in itself does incentivize shooting people in the head, because when you see them, you can't see visually if they're carrying armor or not. And I did catch myself sometimes aiming for the head, especially after I got one armor hit marker. I just went straight for headshots. On top of all this, we've got 2 other fun things regarding headshots. High caliber is back, just like it came from Black Ops 3 and from World War II and other Call of Duty games. However, once you put high caliber on some weapons, you will also unlock high caliber 2. To the best of my knowledge, it does not further increase the headshot damage, but it does increase the headshot areas on the body. So with high caliber 1, more damage to the head, right? High caliber 2, you get the headshot damage also applied to the neck and to the upper shoulders and kind of like, we'll say, nipples up the very, very upper chest, which is a very neat attachment, and it's designed to incentivize headshots. So if Black Ops 4 is going to have a slower time to kill with more shots to kill, an armor mechanic that purposely doesn't protect the head to incentivize headshots, and a high caliber attachment that does a lot of unique things with headshots, why not make headshots powerful again? That would be amazing. That would be really good in my personal opinion. Currently, it's not that powerful. Headshots are basically like they were in previous games, where if your gun kills in 6 shots to the body, it'll probably kill in 5 shots to the head. They're not super strong at the moment. It's those same old 1.1x multipliers. Maybe the developers think that you should always run high caliber to incentivize headshots, but I don't see any reason for Call of Duty, especially this one, given all of those changes that kind of slow down the nukiness of headshots, to reward headshots like every other shooter on the planet, especially the big competitor Fortnite. If I break out a rifle in Fortnite and shoot somebody in the head, it's going to deal double damage, and they will notice instantly, and I will be rewarded for it. In our private meeting before the reveal with Vaughn and the other developers, they said they were currently divided on this issue. Now that headshots can be rewarded, there are some developers at Treyarch that feel that they really should be rewarded, that headshots should just chunk health and should kill very, very quickly. And there were other developers that were not on the same side of this. They really didn't want to reward headshots. They thought maybe we should kind of keep it the same because it's been working. And as a gamer, many of you are going to say, okay, well, why shouldn't my headshots be rewarded? The short version is that lucky flinch headshots are lame. If your headshots are double damage and you shoot somebody and they flinch and get a lucky headshot on you, you've just been disincentivized for shooting first, and that's really frustrating. On top of that, when your headshots are very chunky, that means your time to kill is going to be incredibly fast, like Call of Duty Ghosts when it launched, and you'll feel like you're dying instantly, especially with a little bit of lag added in. You'll feel like some true insta-deaths, which isn't very fun. So those two, flinch and insta-deaths, are valid reasons to keep the headshot multipliers low. However, I still personally vote for good headshots. I would rather have powerful headshots. I admit that I've been cheating on Call of Duty for a long time with Fortnite and PUBG and Overwatch and all these other games. But I'll come back eventually to play Black Ops 4. However, my instincts will be all wrong. I'll want to shoot people in the head, and it'll feel weird to not do that and aim for the knees instead. So I think the way to do this would be have better telegraphing on the player end. I don't know if you remember in Advanced Warfare, but you had those nice double dash hit markers when you shoot somebody in the head to let you know you got a headshot even if it wasn't the final one. I would love to see that come back in Black Ops 4. Double dash hit markers are a fantastic gameplay element. And on the flip side of that, I think that if you get shot in the head, your character should have a unique type of flinch that pushes you in a slightly different direction so that you'll see when your screen shakes violently. You should get an audio cue to let yourself know that you've been dinked in the head. I think that probably a loud, like high-pitched one. Almost every game uses a slightly higher pitch for headshots because it stands out above all the other noise, just, I guess, game design thing, but some sort of high-pitched bink or donk or something that lets you know that you've taken a ton of damage. You can see it in your health bar too, but you need to feel it. Maybe a flash on the screen, just something to let you know it is time to pull back. And I think that will make it feel more fair. It won't feel like I just turned the corner and started shooting and then I died instantly. Those 1 or 2 shots you take will just make really loud noises and shake you, or do something, some unique thing to let you know that you've taken a headshot and that you need to back out of this fight. Telegraphing on the shooter end and the receiving end can make headshots a much more viable strategy. I think that would bring some skill back into the game instead of head glitches and trading and shooting knees and these same strategies that we've been running for a very, very long time. It would be neat to see some equally valid DMR classes just hunting headshots, or high caliber on submachine guns, but maybe the more accurate runs, and people, instead of just coming in and like dolphin diving and going for your knees, will try to aim and hit you in the back of the head a couple times and kill you very, very quickly. Shotgun headshots would be dope. I kind of get why those are 1x multipliers, because they are random. As with the pellet spread, it can get really, really fluky. And the game is clearly designed around strategy this time. Obviously, the strategy currently is to load your gun with a bunch of special attachments to help with headshots, but it would be neat to be able to have a niche strategy like that without requiring all of the attachments. Guys, that's all for this commentary. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed my thoughts. I hope you learned something useful about Black Ops 4. If you did, don't forget to like, favorite, and subscribe. You can also check out T. Martin, who was nice enough to give me this gameplay. His channel is linked down below. And other than that, Drifter out.
Hellstorm awaiting deployment.
Midway fuel check complete.
Hardpoint located.
Roger that.
Hostiles have the hardpoint. Hardpoint is secure.
Your CUAV has departed the
Testing
AO.
hardpoint. Testing hardpoint. Sensor dart away. Hardpoint identified. MTC is dry. Give it all you got. Hostiles have captured the hardpoint.
CUAV standing by.
Marking targets.
Fire break KIA.
Hellstorm awaiting deployment.
War machine locked and loaded. Let's rock.
Hardpoint locked down. Hardpoint located. Hostiles have captured the hardpoint. Hardpoint locked down. Perfect planning. Perfect execution. Nice work, Black Ops.
Drop that.